I sat down near the window, looking up at the trees in the lane. I saw a man in a wheelchair.
Welcome to our channel Light Lane Vision. Today Mother will talk to us about sexual harassment. Welcome, Mother.
Thank you,
So we're
Nathan.
talking, Mother, does it have anything to do with how the woman acts or the way she dresses? Like, what do you think about that subject?
Yes, that's often said, or women are often accused of not wearing the right things or clothes that arouse the sexual appetites in men. Of course, there's some truth in it. There are women that are wearing a certain kind of clothing, and then you say, yes, it's quite provoking. But I'm not sure that this is always what it's about. Because I've observed that, and I've seen, you can see that very clearly in young girls, in teenagers, that's a very primarily a kind of energy. It's expressed immediately in a very direct way at that age. And I've seen that in classes with girls, some of the girls wear quite sexy clothes and have this provocative attitude, whereas others wear it with an inner attitude that's completely different. Some of them wear it and because they think they are more beautiful with it, and it's not at all the case. Other girls wear it because everybody's wearing it and so they're part of the club. Then you have the girls that wear it because, yes, they think they're beautiful and they are not. There are many reasons why a woman can wear a certain type of clothes. So I found out that it's not the clothes in themselves that are decisive. It's the woman, and what she is bringing forth, what goes out from her. Because there are women that wear sexy clothes and you're annoying yourself. It's neither beautiful nor interesting. Whereas others, they hardly have something sexy and they're still provoking. So I found out that it's not so much what a woman is wearing. That is the clue in a situation. It is moreover the reason why she's wearing certain things. I also lived in Arabic countries where people by tradition have to wear a veil, and you can put 10 women on a line them up. They have the same kind of veil on themselves, black or other dark colors, blue or brown, mainly dark colors. You see 10 women with the same kind of clothes, a long veil until their shoes from top to bottom. There are women that are revolted or provocative. They're against what they're wearing, or they for some reasons they have to wear it and they don't want to wear it. There are other women that wear it with elegance, and they have this conviction. It's their religion. They make themselves beautiful. There are also women that wear it and you feel a paradox. That's to say, they wear it from the outside. They make up as if they are religious, but you feel there's something that is not true. Now what's very interesting is when you assist at gatherings of many of those women, which happens a lot in those countries, women often come together for tea or for meetings, or they're socializing a lot, women in those countries, amongst each other. When they take off the veil, you see the reality that's living under the veil. But basically it was exactly what you already felt when they were wearing the veil. And with that I mean to say it's not the clothes that do the work. Because when they take off the veil, you have exactly the same women in front of you that you already felt. And I think that's what we have to know. So wearing yes or no sexy clothes does something, of course. If you wear sexy clothes, yes, you will attract more easily probably some glance from a man, but if this goes further or not depends on you. That means the person that's in those clothes. And that's what it's about. Now it might be that and that's what often happens also. I've met women who said, well, I wear what I want to wear. I don't care what I think about it, and if a man wants to see me sexy, well, that's his problem. I like this and I do this. That might be true. But in many cases I've seen that these women did not know themselves very well. So they had also a side that wanted to provoke. But they didn't want to know about it. They said, no, I wear what I want to wear. If that is the case, and this creates problem in the working field, in working sphere, or in street, then you can say, yes, but this woman is not taking responsibility for a paradox in herself, and that happens a lot. With this I mean to say that clothes do not say everything. It depends on the woman. But if the woman has tendencies that she does not know, that she's not conscious of, or that she doesn't take the responsibility for, and those tendencies, with those tendencies, she's wearing sexy clothes, yes, then she will attract things that she's not expecting, but that are expressing a truth in herself that she might neglect, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Anyway, it's still the truth. And so there are many cases, and it always can be brought back to what is the reality of the woman, of the person that is wearing the clothes, the inner, deeper reality, whether this person is conscious of that or not. And then you will see in many cases that women are not always conscious of what they are provoking. Whether they are dressed in sexy clothes or not, that doesn't matter. You can even be wearing man's pants and provoking. But it's what's living in you that's decisive. Still, I would say, what you wear has an effect, yes, of course. And there is a category of women that does not want to accept this. They say, I can wear what I want, and whatever this provokes, that's not my responsibility. Well, then I'm not quite sure that they know what they talk about. Because this is very basically the law of cause and effect. If you have a cleavage until here, and hot pants that stop there, yes, it's quite logic mathematically that it will attract the looks of people, whether men or women, and if you provoke, if you have a provocative tendency above all that, so it's not just the clothes, but if you provoke in one way or another, well then it's quickly done. I'd like to say, if you wear those sexy clothes, you have to know any kind of woman who wears sexy clothes, which expose parts of her body. I'm not talking just about her arms, but legs or the thighs or the breast. They have to know that they might provoke things, because that's a law. And then they have to be very sure of themselves that they are not provocative. And I think there is the problem.
But the question is, what are they provoking? Because women, most women like to be looked at, like they need attention, they want to be pretty, but do they really know what, or do we really know what we're provoking? It's not only looks, is it?
Well, that depends on what kind of message you're sending out.
How do we know?
Yes, it's again quite a development of oneself. You have to know yourself and to feel what you're doing, and that is the difficulty in the most of the situations. So if you say, well, I'm just clothing myself like that and I don't seek anything, that might be true. But I've seen in many cases this is not completely true, because the reason you seek those clothes is already significant. And still, I do not want to say that all women who are wearing those clothes are provocative or provoke. But if you do not seek to provoke, I would say then you do not have to clothe yourself like that. If you do it, if you still do that, you have to know that that kind of clothes can attract a certain attitude from masculine public, from men. That's the risk. And it's like that. You can say this does not exist, but well, when I drop an apple, it will fall on the floor, it will not fly up in the air. So that is a mathematical law on earth. A certain kind of clothes is, in many cases, arising a certain kind of looks or feelings, emotions in other people. If you say that doesn't exist, well then you are this is ignorance or even
but
stupidity.
I think this is where the problem is. I think women who dress very sexy and they don't realize what they send as message, or what they how do you say, transpire, like what they do. Some of
them will not realize this. Yes, but then they are ignorant, because the law is still there. I mean, if you put two women, the same women in a chair with a cleavage, and the same women with another kind of, this will not attract the same looks. If you show something, or if you do not, it has two different kinds of effect. That is a law. That has nothing to do with existing or not existing, or the person that's in front of you. This is a law. And you can ignore it. If you ignore it, it still exists. You can also not want to admit that you make use of it, of the attraction. That's another problem. Then you don't want to know. Either you don't know or you don't want to know. But that does not mean that the law does not exist. There are some kinds of mathematical laws between the clothes you wear and what you might arouse or attract around you. That is that has to do with magic. I mean, why does a prostitute wear a certain type of clothes? Why doesn't she wear just men's trousers and a long shirt? Tell me. Well, that means that those clothes are made for attracting looks. Well, that's a law. Otherwise they wouldn't do it. Now, if you wear those clothes because you like it, you can, but you have to know that those clothes go together mathematically in a magical way with the attraction of that kind of looks or of thoughts, or they can even put their hands on you. And then don't accuse other people of that. And don't say I'm abused. Yes, perhaps you're abused, but you have a part of a responsibility because you're using tools that have a magical influence. And then you ignore it and you say, no, I can use those tools and they have no influence. That is not true. You're free to use them, but you have to take the risk. And you have your responsibility. And now we will not say, well, you're a bad woman or a prostitute because you're wearing that. No, I'm completely neutral. I will not say because a woman is dressed up in a certain kind of way that she's wrong and that it's bad. No, not at all. She just has to know that that kind of clothes will have a magical influence on the people around her, and that's what she will attract. Now, if the men have a good self-mastery, they will not touch her. But she will have the look, she will have the gesture, she will have the, I don't know, the thoughts. But perhaps that's what she seeks. If she does not want that, I think she better not wear that.
We could probably do another video on what the thoughts bring to her too. Because it's not really good, I suppose.
No, it's not positive for her. No, on the long run. It's not because one man has sexy thoughts on your subject that it can be
damaging.
No, that it can be damaging. But if you walk all day long in those clothes and in the street, as long as you're at home, all alone, it's okay. But if you go in the street, in the shops, at your work, yes, then if you meet many people, I would not suggest that for a woman because it's true, thoughts have their effect, and on the long run, it will not have a positive influence on your on yourself. No. But this is a choice.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mother. So thank you for watching, and we will see you very soon for our next video. Have a nice day.
I sat down near the window, looking up at the trees in the lane. I saw a man in a wheelchair and a dog who seemed lost in the rain. There was a child that was crying and a mother who seemed in despair. Many questions cropped up in my mind. What were they all doing there? And with a sword made of fire, he is dividing the world into two. One side the just and the righteous, on the other the honest and true. There is a light that is shining in every heart that is touched by his love. It is for them that he's striving, with patience, courageously marching in front. Yes, with a sword made of fire. Some are poor, some are wealthy, some are weak, whereas others are strong. Some succeed, some go under, some repeat the same errors lifelong. Some eat bread full of butter, some eat pastries and others just rice. There are those who do not seem to care, where others, they try to be nice. And with a sword made of fire, he is dividing the world into two. One side the just and the righteous, on the other the honest and true. There is a light that is shining in every heart that is touched by his love. It is for them that he's striving, with patience, courageously marching in front. Yes, with a sword made of fire. Please don't stay on the surface. Each detail of our life is profound. Watch the causes and effects and see how life's wheel turns around. Every day we're invited to choose again for the wrong or the right. There's a spirit who's working behind it, who dares to stand on his side. There is a light that is shining in every heart that is touched by his love. It is for them that he's striving with patience, courageously marching in front.